Gold Rush Alumni drops truth on what is real and scripted. When people watch reality TV shows, there is often a few instances where they start to believe it isn't as real as the production makes it out to be. In cases like the Real Housewives franchise, it is clear much drama is manufactured. However, on shows like Gold Rush, fans at least hope much of what they see is real. One former cast member of that show had a little to say about what was real and what was scripted. Here is what Jimmy Dorsey said about the show that made him famous. Jimmy Dorsey has been pretty open about what he calls the scripting of Gold Rush. He said that there are several instances where the producers plan out what will happen ahead of time. He also says that they know what story they want to focus on during each shooting day and will set things up to make sure it is entertaining. Dorsey says the show is heavily scripted. He said this includes some of the more dangerous moments. It is scripted from the beginning. They knew exactly what they wanted to see out of the program, he said, via Lupa. The plans were made, but the footsteps were ours. This is something that Todd Hoffman kind of hinted at when he left the Gold Rush franchise. Hoffman had his own spin-off, but now his contract with Discovery has ended, and he plans to produce his own drama-free mining show. In Gold Rush, people ask if it's 100% true. No, it isn't, Hoffman said. I have always said that. Putting stories together and doing TV just doesn't work that way. There's an element of drama and spice to connect the dots into a story. That's the nature of the beast. There is one thing to keep in mind when listening to what Jimmy Dorsey has to say about Gold Rush. There are rumors that Jimmy's explosive feud with castmate Greg Remsburg was reportedly scripted by the producers. However, besides the drama, the mining operations and challenges the crew faces are said to be real. The rules that the gold miners have to follow are real, as are the regulations. This season shows Rick Ness dealing with his expiring water license. That part is real, but the show might add drama with manufactured equipment failures. Producer Ed Gorsuch said they don't randomly shoot as they focus on a story and a character. He said they aim to have a plan to determine what to highlight. However, the producers also claim that there's no script involved, and they just film the miners working via Realty Blurred. How much of Gold Rush do you think is real? How much do you think is scripted or planned out ahead of time? Let us know in the comments below. Sean S. Lilos has been a freelance writer for over 25 years and is a voting member of the Oklahoma Film Critics Circle. He is also a published author with a book about the Stephen King Dollar Baby filmmakers. Gold Rush Alumni drops truth on what's real and scripted. The reality television genre has become a multi-billion-dollar industry over the last few decades, with shows ranging from dramatic dating series to high-stakes competitions in survival situations. Yet, one show that has endured as a titan of the reality TV landscape is Gold Rush. Premiering in 2010 on the Discovery Channel, Gold Rush follows the fortunes and misfortunes of various mining teams as they dig for gold in Alaska and beyond. The allure of the series, which promises adventure, conflict, and most of all, the pursuit of fortune, has captivated millions of viewers. However, for all its success, a growing number of Gold Rush alumni have started revealing the behind-the-scenes realities of the show, sharing insights about what's real, what's scripted, and how the production process shapes the storylines. As the line between reality and scripted drama continues to blur, fans are left wondering, how much of what they see on screen is actually true? In a recent tell-all, former Gold Rush cast members have begun pulling back the curtain on the world of TV mining. Their revelations shed light on the intricate balance between real-life struggles and the production team's efforts to craft compelling narratives. What follows is a detailed look into what's been shared, what to believe, and what to take with a grain of gold dust. The Gold Rush reality, gritty, and grim thing that's clear from the Alumni is that the physical aspect of mining is, indeed, as grueling as it looks on TV. The reality of gold mining is raw, says an anonymous former miner. It's cold, dirty, dangerous, and exhausting work. What you see on TV, the hours of backbreaking labor, the equipment breakdowns, the extreme weather, those parts are very much real. The crews on Gold Rush are faced with challenges that most people could hardly imagine. Extreme temperatures, difficult terrain, and the ever-present threat of equipment failure. The production team ensures that these elements are captured, adding to the drama. But the difficulty of the work itself isn't. What the viewers don't always see is the emotional toll it takes on the miners. After a long day, we're exhausted, frustrated, and sometimes, honestly, you just want to give up, says another alumnus. When you're mining, you're constantly dealing with setbacks. Gold isn't guaranteed. The land can be fickle. Sometimes, you dig and don't find anything. This raw, unfiltered reality forms the backbone of Gold Rush's appeal. While the show may be an adrenaline rush, it's important to remember that the stress and exhaustion displayed on screen is genuine. Miners are pushed to their physical and mental limits. The scripted drama, however, as the saying goes, it's not all that glitters. As the alumni continue, a significant portion of the Gold Rush experience is far from spontaneous. One of the most common critiques of the series from former cast members is the scripted nature of the drama. It's not like they come up to us and tell us exactly what to say, reveals a former miner, but they do guide the storyline. The producers are always pushing us to have certain conversations or arguments in front of the camera. They want drama because it's what keeps people watching. For instance, viewers might be familiar with the constant tensions between mining team leaders, family disputes, and disagreements over strategy. While many of these conflicts are rooted in real-life dynamics, Gold Rush producers often intensify these issues for dramatic effect. Scenes are sometimes staged or pushed in a direction to elicit stronger emotions or reactions from the cast. It's not necessarily scripted word for word, but they'll set up situations to make sure there's tension, says a former crew member. We'd be asked to revisit arguments or conversations that had already taken place in a bid to get the best response on camera. The tension that viewers see between key players, such as Parker Schnebel and Tony Beats, is often exaggerated. While it's true that mining operations are stressful, and these men may not always see eye to eye, the level of hostility portrayed is frequently cranked up for dramatic effect. What's presented as raw rivalry sometimes comes across as more of a manufactured showdown. The editing process. Shaping the narrative along with the guidance from producers comes the magic of editing. Editing is one of the most powerful tools in any reality TV show, and Gold Rush is no exception. The producers and editors work tirelessly to create a narrative that not only holds attention, but also shapes the perception of events. Editing makes all the difference, says a former Gold Rush participant. They'll take footage from a whole day of work and cherry-pick the most dramatic moments. So if something small goes wrong, like a minor equipment failure, they make it seem like it's a catastrophe. The art of selective editing is vital in the world of Gold Rush. Viewers are often shown only the most thrilling moments, giving the impression that the miners are constantly on the edge of disaster, even though much of the work might be routine. For instance, a small issue, such as a piece of equipment failing for a few hours, is often presented as a life or death crisis that threatens the entire season's success. The role of villains and heroes. Another key aspect of reality TV is the creation of archetypes, especially when it comes to the villains and heroes of the show. Characters like Tony Beats, who is often portrayed as the ruthless, no-nonsense miner, and Parker Schnabel, the young prodigy who consistently pulls off big wins, are two of the most iconic personas on Gold Rush. While their personalities aren't entirely fabricated, the way they are portrayed on the show often fits a narrative. Tony Beats, for example, is shown as a hard-nosed boss who doesn't tolerate failure, but in real life, those who have worked with him describe him as a complex individual who has a genuine passion for mining. Similarly, Parker Schnabel, while undoubtedly a talented miner, is sometimes portrayed as the young hero overcoming adversity. In reality, Schnabel's success is also rooted in privilege. He inherited a successful operation and had the backing of experienced workers. It's easy to pick sides when you have the good guy and the bad guy, explains a former crew member. But it's more complicated in real life. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. The producers just need to make it simple for the audience. What to believe is so. What should viewers take away from all of this? The answer is not as straightforward as one might hope. Gold Rush certainly contains real moments of true struggle, hard work, and personal conflict. However, as with most reality television, the show's producers carefully curate what the audience sees. Not everything that happens is spontaneous, and not every argument is as heated as it seems. There is a definite level of manipulation involved, but it's all in the pursuit of entertainment.